Hello and welcome to another edition of Kaleidoscope on Channels Television. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Anne Nwawadu. On the program today, we have a chat with the founder of the Special Foundation, Seyi Akinwale, as we discuss the progress and future of the foundation. Once again, welcome to Kaleidoscope. The Special Foundation is a privately funded social impact organization focused on improving access to quality education in Africa. Let's tell you more. The Special Foundation is a privately funded social impact organization focused on building Africa's next set of leaders by refining their minds through education. The foundation seeks to achieve this by empowering the less privileged and gifted African children through education, mentorship and leadership opportunities, and it has impacted over 15,000 lives through its various initiatives. The foundation was created by Seyi Akinwale through his vision to improve the quality of leadership in all spheres of governance in Africa and ensure the creation of a platform where more young people can maximize their potential by gaining access to education. With a vision to help more young people with the foundation to be positive change agents in their respective communities and a mission to provide a platform where the less privileged and highly talented children can be equipped with mentorship and leadership training, the Special Foundation is determined to meet its target of impacting 100,000 lives by the year 2030. Let's now hear from the founder of the Special Foundation, Seyi Akinwale. Let me begin by congratulating you on the Special Foundation Education Summit. How has the journey been so far since our last discussion, of course, last year?
Yeah, no, thanks a lot. It's been a transforming journey for us. I think it's been very humbling to see where we were 9 years ago, even where we were last year. Since last year, we've quadrupled our impact targets for the year. We've had the opportunity to influence about 15,000 children's education, increased our scholarship program from 150 children to over 400 children today. And more importantly, we've had the opportunity to have intervention program for over 12,000 children, whereby ourselves, volunteers of the Special Foundation, and our partner organizations have gone into different communities and tried to inspire the children, inspire them towards a change and invest in their future, because we truly believe that children are the hope of tomorrow, of even ensuring that we have better leaders in our country. And so it's just been transforming, seeing the impact we've been able to actualize with our partners and ourselves.
You've talked about building Africa's leaders. I mean, how do you go on this journey? How have you been doing it? And are you happy with the results you have made so far since you started this journey of building these leaders?
So we're focused on building the pillars of society. We believe that every child is our child and every child has a right to dream. And so when we meet a child, we think of the child as our own child. We think about how can we influence this child to be a better change agent in the society in which they find themselves. And that's what we are focused on, and that's what keeps us late at night, thinking about society and thinking about how can we influence this child. What we are doing is a generational undertaking. We think about what these children that we're investing in, what they can be like in 10 years from now, 20 years from now. One of the stories that gladdens my heart is the story of Favor, one of our scholarship children whose mother lost her husband when the mother was only 21. And it was clear that the future of Favor was going to be very bleak. Today, she's a university graduate. Oh, wow. And so it's just inspirational when you find children like that. And we are invested in over 15,000 of similar children like that. We know that the children we are invested in, some of them will run to end up being leaders of society, some of them will be judges, some of them will be legislators in the country. And through that, we are all joining forces together to build society. And so that's how we are addressing the leadership crisis we find in society today, by ensuring that more of these children have a shot to education, by gaining education. Leadership for us is very pivotal. In a world like the one we're in today, where you find a lot of societal disruptions. There are wars and rumors of wars. We are plagued with pandemics, political instability. And what society is yearning for are leaders. And to be able to grow these leaders, I think what we need to do is invest in ourselves to be great leaders and then try to see how we can transform and transfer that leadership skills and traits into the future of the nation. And that's what we're invested in doing.
You've talked about various challenges we face as a country and of course in Africa. There are wars, there are poverty, health problems. I mean, you cannot name all of them, but how do you think we can go beyond all these challenges, despite all that's happening, to achieve the goal of bringing good leaders, breeding good leaders in the country?
I think it's primary nation building. A lot of us in society yearn for a better country. We yearn for a better quality of leaders. And I think it would be a dream to expect that we can build our nation in 4 years. And hence why we always talk about the fact that what we are doing is a generational undertaking. We're investing in the future of the country, in the future of the continent of Africa. And how we are doing this is ensuring that we can address societal needs we find in the country. So we say that the Special Foundation is not a charity. It's not about giving money away and throwing money away. We are vested in identifying societal ills we find in society and looking for pragmatic solutions that can address those societal ills and ensuring that these solutions are also scalable. And that's what we are vested in. We are ensuring that we can develop a commonwealth, a platform where we can attract credible individuals and corporates and together find solutions that address societal ills. Today we're talking about education and leadership. Tomorrow we might be talking about the healthcare that we find in society. We believe that even as we are in the private sector, because most of us have private undertakings, private businesses, we believe that no society has changed through government. Government alone cannot be the catalyst for any societal change you find. You know, private organizations, especially in Africa, are burdened with the responsibility to address societal ills that we find. And that's what gives rise to charity. But what we think about is philanthropy. How can we address societal issues that we find? And how can we come up with solutions that can help improve them? And that's what we are vested in doing. Also building community to ensure we can contribute towards nation building.
What do you hope to see in the future for the Special Foundation?
Our dream is to build a platform that can attract the right resources, the right information, and the right network to address societal ills that we find in our nation, Nigeria, and in the continent of Africa. We are hoping for a better country with better quality of leaders that are reflected by the quality of its people.
Now this year, the Special Foundation held its Transforming Education Summit with friends and partners all in attendance. Take a look. The Special Foundation Transforming Education Summit 2023 begins with a cocktail in the Victoria Island area of Lagos State, Nigeria, with friends, partners and beneficiaries of the Special Foundation coming together to witness another milestone in transforming lives. That done, guests settle into a rendition of the theme sung by a beneficiary of the Inspire Scholarship Initiative and a dance presentation after.
I'm deeply honored and privileged to stand before each and every one of you today at the Special Youth Leadership Foundation Transforming Education Summit. We are gathered here with common purpose, a shared vision, and more importantly, an urgent call to action. We need to address this endemic crisis of out-of-school children, and I want us as a collective to agree today on how we can work together to make a meaningful impact. At the Special Youth Leadership Foundation, we have the aspiration to help 100,000 out-of-school children get access to education before 2030, and I'm hopeful that we can achieve that in the conversations that we will have today. There are about 20 million children that are out of school in Nigeria. And I like to say, if you put that in the context of some countries, it's bigger than quite a number of African and European countries. But when you think of the fact that it speaks of a negative in our country, then you know there's a need for us to deal with it. These kids are denied the basic rights to education, leaving them potentially trapped in a cycle of poverty, vulnerability, and limited opportunities. This crisis not only affects the lives of children, but actually undermines the future prosperity of our dear country, Nigeria. There's a clear mission we have at the Special Youth and Leadership Foundation. And the idea is for us to give access or give people who ordinarily are not as privileged as they would love to be an opportunity to redefine their futures. I'm extremely proud to be associated with this collective. And in the last couple of years, we've impacted 15,000 children through our different programs. Whether it's through the mentorship program, or one that is really dear to my heart, the School Build program, whether it is through what is a delight to me in the summer school program that we have every August. These programs cumulatively give and inspire hope of what can be if we continue to work together. I firmly believe that education is the most powerful tool for breaking the chains of poverty and building a brighter future.
Welcome back. We now head back for more sights and sounds from the Transforming Education Summit, which was organized by the Special Foundation.
Each center is fully funded.
For a journey such as this, an impact report must be made to track the progress made so far and chart a new course for the future.
At the beginning of every school year, it was always a tough time for me and my siblings as my parents struggled to provide our school needs. After a memorable summer school in my school, sponsored by the Special Foundation, I received the heartwarming news that I've been offered scholarship by the Special Foundation. I was so happy, but I knew it was a call for more work. I wouldn't say I wasn't doing well before then, but I made excellence my watchword after then. With the materials and support I received because of the scholarship, I experienced unimaginable improvement and achieved great feats, which had made me to be more proud of myself and my efforts, all thanks to the Special Foundation.
I've always been a studious child, always making effort to improve my academic grades, just like every other serious student in my class. I never thought I could achieve some of the unbelievable results I have today until I got the Special Foundation scholarship. My tutor told me that scholarships are for the scholarly, and from then I knew I was never going to just be like every other people in my class. I started working more seriously with a clearer goal, which is becoming extraordinary and be different. My results started improving tremendously, and before I knew what was happening, I was on top of my class academically. The motivation and support I got from being one of the beneficiaries of Special Foundation scholarship have really helped me to achieve all this. My prayer is that God will bless Special Foundation and all their partners who have made this possible. And God will continue to reward you accordingly and in the best ways. Thank you.
The support for people like the Special Foundation and well-meaning people seated in this room were able to continue to keep children in schools because, as I kid you not, 100,000 naira for a single family of 3 children that have to keep their children in schools. And how much is our school fees? 25,000 naira. It includes uniforms. textbooks, homework books, but parents cannot keep their children in school. They'll say, you go in term 1, stay at home in term 2. You go in term 2, stay at home in term 3. How much learning are those children getting? So, but with your support and everyone in this room, we can continue to do this.
Today, by the way, I can be called a principal, sir, because we have a secondary school, and please put your hands together for them. Another trouble I got myself in was that within 15 to 20 minutes walk away from that school, there is no secondary school. There is one that exists. They take 180,000 basic school fees. If you are coming in for the first time, you pay above 350. That is not a school for the slum, trust me. And so by the time I was beating my chest and I wanted to start, I was using one eye to look at the foundation. I was looking the other eye to look at heaven, and help came. Of all the children we graduated from our primary to JS1, they took all of them. They took all of them. And so when you said it's a testimony time, trust me, sir, it is a testimony time.
Every child needs to be educated. That is our own future as parents. That I was telling a partner there, I said, if you train up a child and you send the child to school, and there are many that are not trained, those who are not trained will come for those who are trained, and there will be an exchange. And if you see, drug addiction and some other things are very rampant now. But I want to tell you that what the Special Foundation is doing is a Dare to Dream issue. Nobody can do it alone. I want to say thank you to all the partners. I want to say a special thank you to Mr. Sheyi. He has never met me, but we have been beneficiaries. This is my first time of meeting him and meeting his wife. I want to tell you that no doubt the angels and all that is in the will of God to do for you will support you.
Next is a panel session which had seasoned guests and partners discussing the journey and how to continue to achieve a positive impact, especially in the area of education.
For myself, I used to jump at every single thing and every sub-story. I tried to be the solution to everybody's needs. And after a while, you get very weary yourself, very tired, and almost resentful. So I would say that one great advantage in collaboration is one, the diffusion of the emotions. For me, that's very key. You can take more informed, more seasoned, and more, should I say, intelligent decisions, because someone else is looking at what you want to do, and you can share ideas. Second advantage that immediately comes to my mind is the fact that together we can do more. For example, you may be able to afford, let's say, 10,000 naira. When we collaborate, you raise 100,000, and that pays a whole term's fees. And it's not the, let me use the Nigerian parlance, kick and start, you know. One child is in school today, stops tomorrow, because the sponsor is either weary or has limited resources, his or herself. So collaboration helps us to pool resources, and with additional resources, with more resources, it's more impactful and it goes the longer mile.
The biggest problem with corporate is that many of us go out and we do everything possible to be successful, especially things that are harmful to society, things that would then create slum, so that we can be successful without thinking about it. And then when we're done creating slum and we're successful, we then go back and start to write checks to fix the problem we've caused. I have a problem with that. I think a corporate has an obligation in the process of building itself to do things in such a way that it does not leave slums behind. It does not create poverty. It does not destroy the society, only to go and set up a foundation to fix it. And finally, coming back to the Sterling One Foundation, we specifically set up the Sterling One Foundation as a bridge. We didn't set it up to go and figure out how to solve problems. We set it up to be a platform of trust, so that those who are looking for trusted platform to get their support to someone like the Special Foundation will come to us. Yeah. So we are a partnership foundation. And that is why the most important work we've done since we started is to convene the Africa Social Impact Summit, which is now, we're grateful is being co-convened. The co-convener now is the United Nations, and this is just in its second year. What it does is it finds people who are looking for partners. It finds people who are looking for trusted platform, for formal way of doing what needs to be done. And so if I may claim it, I think we're the first to formally make partnership the core of our foundation. We're not good at anything else. We just want to find people like Sheyi and the Special Foundation, and to convince ourselves and to convince other people that that is the best way to help the society. So without doubt, partnership really is the only way we can move this forward.
Well, it's not about us. It's about these children. It's about the number of lives that we need to try and impact, and as quickly as possible. As everyone knows, the population of Nigeria is growing exponentially. So even when we say 100,000 by 2030, we're not even scratching the surface. So I think it's funded, but it's also people being open, corporates, foundations being open to collaboration. It doesn't even have to be about doing everything together. It's just specific projects like school builds, like building libraries, building basically resources for these children to leverage on. We can't do it alone, and we know that. So we're open to collaboration. We've had challenges with that, but we would look to be able to see more people be open to supporting the foundation. And advocacy is one thing. Advocacy is one more thing.
Okay.
People should just speak about these things, speak about the challenges being faced by these children, speak about what the Special Foundation is doing. You never know who is interested in partnering. Yeah. I think those are the key areas, at least that I know. I hope I've covered on behalf of everybody else what the challenges are. Okay.
Partnership, they say, is essential to attaining success, and through the years, individuals and corporate organizations have collaborated with a Special Foundation for a common goal. Today, they are recognized.
Thank you very much to all our ambassadors. We're very grateful. These are the foundation's cornerstone, and we deeply appreciate their sincere contributions, time, dedication, and unwavering support. Your efforts have offered a unique perspective that vividly represents the Special Foundation's vision and mission. Thank you so much.
With the 2023 edition of the Special Foundation Transforming Education Summit done, the foundation hopes to attract more partners who will commit to the realization of one goal, which is to improve the quality of life of the disadvantaged in the society, thereby making the world a better place.
If only we would lend a hand to build a strong foundation. This is your call to action. To one of our problems, no silence is not an option. Raise your voice, roar like the lion. To their defense,
Well, we say congratulations to all the awardees and to those improving the lives of those around them. On that note, we draw the curtains onto today's edition of Kaleidoscope on Channels Television. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, keep up with past editions. Go to youtube.com/channelsweb, click on playlist, then click on Kaleidoscope. I'll see you again very soon. Enjoy the rest of the week. I'm Anne Nwawadu. Thanks for watching.